Good seeing everybody. Appreciate y'all being here. It's exciting. What questions you have? Baltimore's here. Nice to see you guys. Yeah, friendly faces.
We don't ask questions.
Good.
John, everything with the organization, I'm curious. I think some fans, it's hard to know what a CEO coach does. Some coaches call plays, some coaches don't. I think, in a way, maybe the last month is a good example of it. So I'm curious, how would you explain not just hiring coaches now, but overall the approach to renovating all these parts of an organization while still keeping the brand? I'm curious how you would explain kind of what you've done.
I think just trying to build how we're going to operate, trying to build what we're going to become and organize it in a way that we can be our very best. I mean, that's really what it boils down to. You try to build a system and an operation that can be its best. It's a tough league. It's very competitive. It's a really fine line. I mean, the margins are tight, between winning and losing and having a good day and all those kind of things. So what we're trying to do together is, as a group, is just build the best football operation that we possibly can. And out of that, create the best football team that we can, then prepare the team and then go play the games and see how we do. All right. Definitely a different color pattern, no doubt about it. That's been good. I've kind of enjoyed that, appreciate that. I was going to take this off. You can see the logo a little better, right? That's a good thing. So it's exciting. It's fun. I really I feel energized. Always do. Whenever you come to Indy, you feel energized. I mean, you get a chance to get around. You see the players. You have the interviews. You see the coaches. You see the GMs. You kind of size up your competition. I mean, let's be honest, it's competitive, and you get a chance to kind of take a look at who's doing what and how they're trying to do it. So that never changes. The fact that it's with the Giants now instead of the Ravens is what it is, and I'm excited about it. I mean, I'm thrilled to have the opportunity to represent the New York Giants, and we're just really going to work, and that's really what we're doing.
We'll get right back to that John Harbaugh interview, but first, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. We put out multiple free videos every day on your New York Football Giants, so hit that sub button.
Say again? To be the very best we can be. It was an opportunity. I've known Dawn for many years through the league circles and have worked with her on different projects and things like that. Nothing but the utmost respect for her. And when it became, apparent that she was interested in this particular job, it was obvious that she was the perfect fit for what we were trying to do. So she makes us better. She gives us a chance to be our very best, and it's been great working with her so far. I have. It went great. It was a big hug, congratulations, and he's all smiles right now. Can't imagine why, and well deserved. Proud of Mike. One of my favorite people, Steph. I like Steph even better than Mike, obviously, and who doesn't? Who knows Steph and Mike? But Mike's amazing, and to see that happen for them, the type of team they built, I guess probably more than anything, is really kind of studying the type of team that they built. He and Leslie Frazier, as partners on that process. Jay Harbaugh, a part of that too. Seeing the team that they've built is reflective, I would say, for sure, of the team that we want to build in New York.
With Dawn, what's the thought process behind video and analytics?
Yeah, it's integration. The thing that you come to understand over all these years, it's probably true for really any organization, that you've got to be aligned and you've got to be integrated. And everybody's got to be working together. There's got to be a shared understanding, a vision of what you're trying to accomplish. There's got to be a shared understanding of who you are, what you stand for, what the values are, of how we're going to get there, what our plans are. That takes constant communication. It's got to be flat. Everybody's got to be working together. The idea that there's too much hierarchy or silos or separate fences and things like that just can't be a part of it. Not in football, not in anything. So someone like Dawn helps Joe and I, the three of us really, working together to make sure that all of our systems are integrated. So whether it's analytics, which is an area that we've bolstered up quite a bit if you look at the staff, whether it's performance and medical, which is an area that we've bolstered up and tried to tie together, grounds, fields, all of it, video, all of it. Coaching, scouting, pro, college, all of it. It's all got to be integrated, and it's got to be aligned. So Dawn is someone that helps us do that. That's a multi-person job. So between Joe, I, and Dawn, I think we get a chance to do that. And then ownership's a huge part of that. I mean, we have great owners. We got great families involved, and they're the dome over all of us. Tying it all together to represent what the Giants are about, what they've always been about, based on the Mayers and the Tisches and now the Kochs and their vision for the organization. Say it again. Have great respect for the ownership. All the people I've gotten to meet, John and Steve and Chris Mara and John Tisch and Carolyn Tisch and the Koch family have been nothing but great conversations, great interactions. And we've been talking about the business of football, the business of building our team, the business of putting staffs together, all the things that we're talking about, the integration that you just asked about. That's what our conversations have been about.
John, during this process, what are some traits that you look for to fit your locker room?
Well, they got to love football. We talked about that in the opening press conference, right? I mean, you want a bunch of people that understand that that's what we're here for, and that can fit the type of the team we want to play, the values that we're looking for. We want good, tough, hard-nosed players that want to play hard, that are team-first type people, that like every part of football, meetings, weightlifting, practice, the preparation, like being around the guys and the gals who are involved in it. They want to go out there on Sunday and let it rip. That's what we're looking for.
Along those lines, when you got to Baltimore in 2008, you left in 2005, did your definition of what it meant to play change substantially between those years?
Can you say it again, Jonas?
2008 to 2025, did your definition of playing like Reed evolve as Jesse Minter was talking about?
I got you. I would say it has evolved. It should evolve, right? The principles of what it is, the hardcore truths of what it means haven't changed one bit. Those things are all exactly the same. The methods that are involved, the way we operate, how we've done things, what we value sometimes, how we approach different problems and things like that definitely evolves. And then you operate differently, not just like over time, but like in circumstances. That you got to treat circumstances how you find them. You guys know the challenges you've had. You guys lived them with us, and you saw us walk through those things, and you were a part of that too. And the people that you're dealing with, right? Because everybody's a little bit different. Everybody comes from a different place, trying to operate in all those types of circumstances and people and situations in a way that's effective. So that's always evolving, yeah.
John, when you come here from this coming to the Combine, is there something that for you personally that when this ends at the end of the week, that you have to come out of here as a favorite part, things that you personally want to get out of this experience?
Right. There's probably three things. One thing is the part that I think Joe spoke to earlier is you do learn a lot about the free agent landscape. So we'll come out of this week understanding the free agent landscape a little bit better because there's conversations that happen, behind the scenes. And I'm not having those conversations. Joe does a great job of that. So I'll be interested to hear how that stuff all goes. The interview process is a big part of it. Just getting to know the players a little bit better. That's a big part of it. And then just being a part of it. Walking from one place to the next and running into people who are colleagues and friends. Ran into Leslie and Steve Spagnuolo at lunch today. Had a chance to see them. You kind of cherish that part of it too. So I'd say those three things. There's tons of work to be done. I mean, it's not just the Giants. I mean, I promise you, every single team, there's like loads and loads, heaps and mountains of work to be done, and we dig in. Another thing I do here is I watch tape. So I don't spend a lot of time watching the workouts because those are on tape. So I spend my time in my room. I have an office set up. I'm watching college tape because I need to get caught up and get ahead on seeing all the prospects. So, there's a lot of work to do. Just nothing but respect and admiration, and for what he's done. What a worthy. I mean, I feel just honored to be a part of that, And the thing about Mike, and the thing that makes him such a great coach, is that you know what to expect from his teams. It's not, teams don't play the way they play because the Pittsburgh Steelers aren't the Pittsburgh Steelers because they're in Pittsburgh, or because they wear black and gold, or because they have a nickname that's tough and steely, or because of anything other than the personality of the people that are running the program. And Mike has been the face of that organization. They've got a lot of great people that have worked hard and do a great job, but that team reflects Mike Tomlin. They reflected Bill Cowher before that, and Bill Cowher was one of the greatest coaches in the history of football, right? Chuck Noll before that, one of the greatest coaches in the history of football. Boom, 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 now Mike Tomlin. So I got to be across from Mike Tomlin for 18 years in some heated battles, and you always knew what you were going to get because it was a Mike Tomlin coach football team, and I admire that very much.
How will the Giants reflect on the job?
We've spoken on that a lot. You'll see. You'll see. Sort of advice to give a first-time head coach? That's a really big question right there. I would say, first of all, be yourself, and then make sure you understand and you stick to what you believe in and what you stand for. Make it clear what those things are so everybody else knows it. You go ahead. Right.
And now he does not have an NFL job.
Right.
I was curious, would you consider him for offensive coordinators or for work?
Yeah.
Overall thoughts on why this pipeline to become organizations on up is just not.
Right. Really big question, many layered and complicated, and I really probably don't have a great understanding of the big dynamics on all that. But what I can tell you that we had great coaches in Baltimore. We had great coaching staffs, and they were very diverse coaching staffs. And it was always about, it's not that you don't think about that because you try to think about every aspect of hiring, but really what it was about was hiring the best coaches, whether it's whatever type of background or format it might be. We've had a lot of women on our coaching staffs. We've had very diverse candidates in every kind of way. And to your specific question, T. Martin is a great football coach, a great man, and a great friend. I love his family. He's a great family man too, and it was just a joy to work with him all the time. And he and I have had a lot of these kind of conversations back and forth. We've spoken a few times since, and just trying to find the right fit and help him whatever way I can. And that's what we did with the Giants too. And that's how we put our staff together this time, kind of for what we're required and who was available and those kind of things. So I don't doubt for one second that T. Martin's going to land on his feet and he's going to do really well because he's a great coach and a great person. So I expect that to happen and he's going to do well. You'll see. He'll do really well.
Hey, Coach, what excites you about this three-headed monster that you kind of put together on the offensive coaching staff, with your coordinators in the different roles?
Yeah.
Having so many former head coaches in the building.
Right.
Working on the offensive side of the ball.
Three-headed monster. I like that. It's a three-headed coaching monster. I'm excited about the staff. I think those three guys you're talking about are like high-level guys. I mean, these are proven coaches. And now the key thing is the integration of that. Making sure that we're organized and that we're building something that we can share together. And like I told them, we're not carrying over a system from Kansas City or from Tennessee or Cincinnati or San Francisco or Baltimore. We're building the New York Giants systems. And the same thing on offense. We're going to build a system that fits what we're trying to accomplish, terminology-wise, concept-wise. And so I really like the guys who are doing the building. The three monsters they're leading that up, and all the other coaches too. I'm thrilled to have those guys. Kind of goes back to the earlier question. Try to build the best staff you can because you've got to be your best. And I feel like we've done that.
Eric has said, thinking back to those early days of combine vision and, as a kind of a head coach, when he was a low, kind of entry-level assistant, I'm curious, what did you see in Jesse in those early days to now?
Yeah, I don't know if I could say what the difference is. I mean, I've known Jesse since he was a kid, and I just know he always had a passion for football, and he had a great way about him, even back then. And when he first came to Baltimore, he wasn't inexperienced. He'd been a defensive coordinator in college at that point. He's a coach's kid. Rick Minter's one of the smartest coaches that I've ever been around. Had a chance to work with and for Rick for 3 years. I still talk to him all the time. And Jesse's part of that. I mean, he grew up with that. It's in his DNA. It's in his blood. So, that's an advantage. And he always kind of had that. He grew up with that. He was always ahead that way, I would say. But then he's his own man. He worked hard. He was his own man in Baltimore when he was young. When he worked his way up to the safeties coach, he was his own man. Got the opportunity to go be a coordinator, was his own man, and then was with Jim those years and did what he did. And now he gets his opportunity to be a head coach in a great place. So I have nothing but love and respect for him. I think he's ready.
John, you've talked a lot about the history of the New York Giants, the football Giants. Those Giants stopped the run. Kind of been a struggle here.
Yeah.
The Giants do that recently. Is that a personnel thing? Is that a mindset thing? How do you get the Giants to stop the run?
Well, we better. It's a must thing. I can tell you that. And it's there's a lot to it. There's 3 levels and layers to your defense, and all 3 layers and levels have got to be committed to and incorporated in stopping the run, no doubt. I mean, every one of the 11 guys has got to be committed to stopping the run. You can't let people run all over you. There's no doubt about it. It's been important. It's been important in football since football started. So that's going to be where it starts. It's going to start with stopping the run. Honestly, it's going to start with running the football. And once you can establish that you can do those things, then it gives you a chance to open up the playbook and do whatever you want.
You're not a real live in the past kind of guy.
Not a what?
Not a real live in the past
Oh.
kind of guy. But NFL officiating says one of the incidents recently from you has been like Isaiah was playing in the end zone against the Steelers. People didn't appreciate it. Some people thought it was a touchdown. So I think the NFL was saying it should have been a touchdown. Even though flying the margin for this past season, Ravens are myself and look back on some of those moments.
Right. Yeah, they mentioned the other play too in that game. Yeah.
What stuck out?
Just reminding you on that. But it's not. Yeah, I mean, I think it's natural and normal to feel that way. So of course, that's something you do think about.
What stuck out to you about Denard Wilson, and why did you make him defensive coordinator?
I just think I've known Denard for a while, worked with him closely. In the process, looked at a lot of candidates, thought about a lot of different types of guys. And first of all, Denard's talent, his ability, his tenacity, his determination. I think he's really smart. I think he has a great knowledge of the game. He's an excellent teacher. He's very demanding, and yet he's very relationship-oriented. All those things were part of it. And then at the end of the day, I wanted to stay in the system. It's a system that we built over a long time, and that's the system that will be continuing to run. So, and he represents that as well.
Coach, what drew you to Calais? What drew you to Calais?
Over the years, watching him coach, I mean, look at his record, right, Jeff? I mean, he's proven. And then when I got you, I didn't really know Brian that well. It wasn't like we had a close relationship. But in talking to him and just starting to talk football in those interviews and the Zoom interviews and stuff, I just became really impressed with his knowledge and then also his demeanor. He's got a great understanding of every part of offensive football. Passing game, run game, protections. I mean, your dad's Bill Callahan. You're going to have a great understanding of protections, right? And the fact that he's going to be able to immerse our quarterback in that understanding of the game, especially from the protection standpoint, but every part of it is going to be good for our offense. All set? All right, thank you.